Hello,
Hello, Jen. How are you? You right?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Very good.
Awesome. I'm really excited to chat with you.
Me too. So you're in Canada, is that right?
Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, sorry, got that wrong.
Oh, close enough. We're pretty close to Canada.
But yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Do you celebrate Halloween?
Yes, yes. We had some masks on.
Ah, very cool.
Um,
I'm not sure how popular Halloween is. Is that where it originated, Halloween, in England or the
oh,
UK?
I'm not too sure to be honest. Possibly back a couple hundred years ago or something, but with to do with the witches burning at stake or something.
Yeah. Actually, in Massachusetts, just north of Boston, in Salem. It's a popular city for Halloween, and there's actually a Salem Witch Museum
Yeah,
where people go to learn about people being accused of witches or witchery, I guess.
yeah.
Have you been to Boston before?
No, I'd love to go. Absolutely love to go.
A lot of
We've
history.
we've been to well as a band we've been to uh, California, Arizona, but and I've been to Florida personally, but yeah, I'd love to travel
Well, you
the
went to
whole
some cool states, the popular ones.
yeah yeah
Speaking of California, when you worked with Alan Johannes, did you go to LA to work with him, or was that remotely?
yeah. So yeah, we flew out to his studio and stayed in West Hollywood in when we did recorded the album. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible to be in that that hub of so much creativity. And I think one day I was singing vocals and I looked out the window and I could have sworn it's Sylvester Stallone drive by, and I'm like mind blown.
Rocky, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you learn anything new from working with him? Because he's, worked with so many great and legendary artists.
Yeah, just his approach was very sort of relaxed, but he would come in, and if he felt that a track didn't need changing, he wouldn't change it just for the sake of it. He would come in and with like really valid, constructive, ideas and stuff. So just that way of approaching things to look at a bigger picture.
Right. Well, I
Yeah.
have to say the end result is amazing. And I love
Okay.
the title, What I Have Found Is Already Lost. It's so deep and thought provoking.
Yeah,
And that's track 10 on the album. So can you talk a little bit about where you came up with that title?
yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a wordful, to be honest. I think, yeah, in hindsight, I maybe would have shortened it a little bit because it takes like 5 seconds to say it. But yeah. But with regards to that track, it's to do that whole album has a theme of like loss and then trying to deal with the loss and come out the other side, like intact mentally, kind of thing. So that particular song is maybe about taking things for granted, and then when it finally disappears, you realize when you finally find the thing which you had was meant that much to you, but that by that point it's gone. So that was the whole premise of the title on that.
Well, I have to say, a lot of the songs have soaring melodies and vocals. It's a great album for road tripping. I was listening to it and I'm
Oh,
like, wow, I could definitely listen to this, on a road trip.
oh, that's
Um,
good to hear.
and I have to say, the song If There's Any Reason, I can definitely hear that being played in a movie. At the end of the movie
Really?
when everything comes together, there's a song that's very powerful and
Oh, I absolutely love that. Yeah, it's always been a bit of an aspiration, to be honest, to get on a soundtrack for a movie because it's you can tell a story in a different way, and it gives a song a whole different edge to it. I think when it's put to screen as well.
well, I definitely think with this album you might have a shot at that.
Fingers crossed.
And also the song Adrenaline, I love the guitar riff. Can you talk a little bit about how you came up with that riff?
Yeah, sure. So, guitar, the standard scale length of a guitar, which is where the string starts on the bridge and goes to the nut, uh, is like that. And then I ordered a baritone guitar, which is it's got a longer scale length, and you can tune it lower basically. So I received that guitar, and it sounded so much beefier and fatter than normal guitar stuff. So I just was playing around with the riffs, and the guitar basically wrote the riff because it was just so fat and chunky. That was like I
No,
just
no,
went
I love I love that
down of
description. And
guitar.
junkie. Very cool. What do you consider the best guitar riff ever? I know that's a
Um,
hard question because there's so many out there.
yeah, I mean it's true. There is so many, but as soon as you mentioned that, my brain went straight to Hendrix.
Oh yeah.
One of his riffs, like Purple Haze or something. It's just got every aspect to it, which as a guitarist, it's just hits the spot.
Yeah, definitely memorable.
So, and then coming forward to, a bunch of decades after that, then Rage Against the Machine, some of their riffs are just unreal.
Have you seen them live before?
No, I haven't. I absolutely would love to. Would love to.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I feel like that would be a cool show.
Yeah, just childhood dreams would be made going to see them.
What would you say is like the best concert you ever attended where you left and you're like, oh my God, that I want to see that again?
Um, I went to see Hans Zimmer actually,
Oh
and
wow.
he had his full orchestra, and yeah, that was absolutely incredible. It's completely different from going to like a rock show, which you get that the energy and stuff, but with Hans Zimmer and all of his soundtracks, and they had a big screen as well, playing elements of films which had the tracks on. And
That's
yeah,
cool.
I've got to say, I didn't know what to expect when I went to the concert. It was at the O2, I think, in London, and yeah,
Nice.
I left feeling just completely mind blown.
I can
But
imagine. Yeah, he's done so
yeah,
many amazing soundtracks.
yes, indeed. I've actually got tickets to see him again, but because of coronavirus, it's now pushed on like 2 or 3 years, which is fairly understandable.
Yeah,
So I think
such a bummer.
yeah, I know, but parts of their band are like spread all over the world, so they need to get the travel needs to be is vital for them.
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask you about partying with the Foo Fighters. I read that you partied
Yeah.
with them in London. What was that like?
Oh, that it was meeting your complete idol in Dave Grohl and the entire band. But so that came about by our producer Alan was doing a show in London with Foo Fighters did this Sound City record. So it was basically at the show the Apollo, I think, in London, and after the show, Alan, gave me a text and said, "Oh, come around the back, and I'll meet you, and I'll take you to the green room." And we were just like, "Wow, this is amazing!" And we went into this green room, which was probably about the size of this room, my studio,
Huh.
and it was just full of celebrities. So you had that in the entire band there. Chris Novoselic from Nirvana, and obviously Dave Grohl, and there was other celebrities like uh, one of the singers from Blue, and like a couple of comedians and stuff. And yeah, it was just completely unreal to be in such a small room with these rock gods.
You had to like pinch yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying not to make a fool of myself,
Oh,
which is
that
easily
would be
done.
me. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, he seems like a really awesome guy, Dave
Yeah,
Grohl.
I mean, yeah. When I spoke to Dave Grohl, I think I mumbled my words. I've just lost track of it, and he just instantly makes you feel calm, really. And the bassist in Firekind is my brother, and he looked at us both and was, are you guys brothers? And then the ice is broken then, and then we were all like having a bit of a laugh. So,
Oh,
and
nice.
that wasn't the first time I had like a mini interaction with Dave Grohl. So the first time was when Led Zeppelin did the reunion tour with Jason Bonham on the drums.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they did like one show in London back in 2000s, and I used to work at a guitar shop, and my boss and manager at the guitar shop were teching for John Paul Jones, so they managed to get us tickets to come into the show, which was just amazing. And because they were tickets handed out by the crew, we were all seated with like celebrities, basically on the sides. And I sat down and I was just looking around, and a couple rows behind me is Dave Grohl, and I just went, oh my God. And he looked at me and he went, oh.
That's so funny.
That was my first interaction, sort of.
That's an awesome interaction.
Yeah.
Really cool. Well, as a guitarist, when Eddie Van Halen passed away, were you ever a fan of him and his style of playing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do much sort of tapping technique, but I obviously learned Eruption back in the day, when I was learning to play and stuff. And he's just one of those guitarists that pushes the boundary and creates a whole new area of how to play an instrument, which is one of the deep sad things about an icon like that passing away, as is with anyone. But
there's actually have you heard the new song that David Lee Roth just released, dedicated to Eddie Van Halen?
Oh really? No, I haven't. But
yeah, it just came out yesterday. It's called Somewhere Over the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's I guess it was a previously unreleased song, and he released it yesterday and dedicated it to Eddie, which is really nice.
It's nice, yeah. I need to check that out for sure.
Yeah, it's like an acoustic song, but it's very upbeat, like an upbeat acoustic song. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Do you reckon it's one that they wrote together at some point, or?
I have no idea. Yeah. I'll have to find out, but yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Yeah.
What would you say were the biggest guitar influences for you growing up? Because I know your dad was a musician, right?
Yes. So there was always instruments around the house, and I learned so much from him, especially to do with like feel and phrasing. But with regards to sort of really famous guitarists, Hendrix, Jeff Beck, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, Robin Ford, the blues player, and just loads of those just chucked in the pot, bit of Clapton, mixed up.
Oh, nice. That's a good mix. Yeah, a lot of those are like really good at, going fast, playing really fast.
Yeah, so you got, Steve Vai for like the speed, and Malmsteen obviously at that level, and then, Jeff Beck for the creating like violin-esque type sounds on the guitar, which I like to explore as well.
Yeah, there's gosh, I'm totally blanking on the name of the song he did. But it kind of had like an classical Indian vibe to it.
Oh, what, Jeff Beck?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did,
oh my gosh.
I'm
totally blanking on it.
Yeah, was it Nadia? There's one.
Nadia, yes, thank you. I knew it was a name.
Yeah. I was just came up on my shuffle, my music shuffle the other day, that track. So it's funny that you thought that one. But I totally understand what you mean about that.
Yeah, I actually saw him in Boston a few years ago. Yeah, he's an amazing player.
Yeah, and he's still at it, and he's still going, which is great.
Yeah, at his age.
Yeah,
and I learned an interesting fact about him that guitar is not his number one hobby. It's like cars, I guess.
Yeah. He's a mechanic, isn't he? Like
Yeah.
doing
And he
up
just
old
does
cars.
guitar as like he considers guitar as his hobby, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is really crazy.
Yeah. He's probably got like some garage somewhere under a pseudonym. So you pick it up and you're like, yeah, can you sort out my car? And it's Jeff Beck, but it's maybe a hack or something, so you don't know his name.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Really cool. Well, I
yeah.
want to ask you, because I know you went to Thailand, for the Global Battle of the Bands. I love traveling, so I wanted to know, like, what was the experience like in Thailand? Did you have any like crazy food?
Well, it was an incredible experience, and luckily for us, the organisers of the competition, they had planned, like 3 days of sightseeing and stuff for all the contestants to enjoy the trip, not just go and do a gig and then come home again. So we did a lot of exploring, went to some temples and stuff, and a bit of walking, and went to the elephant sanctuary, which is
Oh,
where
nice.
they rehabilitate them because it's in Chiang Mai. And yeah, we had a night in Bangkok as well, and then we flew up to Chiang Mai. But yeah, it was yeah, unreal.
Oh, so the elephants are taken care of.
Yeah. So they don't really do elephant riding in this elephant sanctuary. They basically rescue the elephants from, as far as I understand it, they rescue them from maybe other zoos that don't treat them as nicely, and
Hmm.
and they give them free reign in
Oh,
this huge
nice.
forested area. But yeah,
That's really cool. I mean, that must have been a eye-opening experience getting to
yes,
play music, but like all the way across the world.
yeah, and the crazy thing about it, we only played 2 songs. It was like 8 minutes was our time slot.
Oh,
So
really? Wow.
flew halfway across the world and played 8 minutes, and then
Um,
flew back. But no, we absolutely loved it, and the Thai audience was unbelievable. Really, they were so into it, and I think a lot of the people that came to the show, because it was that they set up a stage right outside of this huge mall, and
oh,
had like passers-by going on, and there was a crowd of maybe like a couple thousand just from passers-by, because
that's
maybe they don't
incredible.
get, yeah, maybe they don't get that sort of event happening that often in Thailand. But
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
we had like the front row of people, and they were singing along to one of our songs. I was like,
wow.
how do you even know this? But I think what had happened, yeah, is that they'd done some research, I think, on the band, on the competition poster, and go to this website to see the finalists and stuff. And they'd done some research and maybe liked our track, and then when we started playing it, they were singing along.
Wow, that's awesome. Probably made you guys feel like superstars already.
I know, yeah, it did boost our confidence, especially when, during our set.
Oh, and here you are today, releasing a
Yeah,
new album, a deluxe edition with some acoustic tracks
yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's nice to get another vibe of your song.
yeah, so the majority, obviously, the first 10 tracks were recorded in Los Angeles with Alan Johannes producing, and then the first lockdown came in the UK, and we actually recorded the acoustic tracks in this studio. So we felt it would make more sense to keep it a slightly different style as opposed to doing the full band tracks, because then it would be tricky to merge the two styles of producing. And we obviously wanted to honour Alan's masterful production on the rest of the tracks.
No, I really dig it.
Thank you. Yeah.
And do you have any other music videos planned, or due to COVID, is that kind of being pushed back.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple which are done already, which will be coming out shortly. You know, stay tuned on that.
Oh, awesome.
But
Nice.
yeah, it's just one of those things we're gonna have to figure out different ways of creating music videos where you do it in here or do it in the studio and and you adapt. I think was it Katy Perry released a music video which may have been filmed around some sort of lockdown situation.
Oh,
It's
I
just
don't
her.
know
And
about that.
I don't know. I'm completely making this up, so it's probably it came out. It came out. I think it was during the lockdown in the UK, and I think it was filmed on like just a camera.
Oh, really?
But
Oh, I guess, yeah, like you said, people have to be creative and find new ways.
yeah, yeah, and also Matt Bellamy from Muse released a music video, and I think he's done the same. Just filmed it on his phone. Again,
Yeah,
I'm
and I
totally.
think Steve Lukather did that as well. He filmed it at
Oh,
his
really?
house.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
think Ringo Starr starred in it as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he makes an appearance.
Oh, no way. I need to check that out. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just that thing, isn't it? Trying to find, just keep on keeping at it, not just stopping, finding other ways to maybe create new stuff.
yeah. You can always create things on a small budget. You don't need to spend
Yeah,
millions of dollars.
yeah. And I think sometimes the smaller the budget, the more you're forced to be a bit more creative and think outside the box, which then can maybe yield better results. Whereas if
Yeah.
you have a budget, you kind of just smash the green screen and rely on that kind of thing.
And I feel like with iPhones today, you can do everything on them. Like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
quality is so amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Um, Sometimes you can't even tell the difference, especially when a piece of video is maybe compressed. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're getting super technical today, aren't we? I love
I
it.
know,
Yeah.
right? Well, aside from, the new album, is there anything else that you have coming up or want to promote?
Yeah, we've got a show called Webfest coming up, 21st November, which is like a live stream gig that we pre-recorded actually. Live stream. So yeah, definitely worth checking that out. Be on our band page sharing that. But so the UK, it's just been announced as of yesterday. It's now going into a second lockdown,
Mm.
but for like a month. So I don't know what it's like for you in Boston, but here,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
kind of pretty much in the same situation. I mean, some restaurants are open to, I think, like 50% capacity,
Okay.
and I think gyms are open. Um, yeah, but we haven't completely reopened. We're, I think, considered stage 2,
Okay. So
and
halfway.
yeah, stage 4 will be once there's a vaccine available to people.
Okay.
That'll be like the complete reopening of the
Yeah.
city.
God, imagine the celebrations it will be.
I know. It's
Will
going to
there
be
a bit of
weird.
yeah, but
I feel like
yeah,
I'll be still afraid to be in
I
close
know.
proximity to people. I'll still be like, I don't know about you. Please keep your distance.
Yeah, and it'll almost be like rude to shake someone's hand, won't it? You'll be like, oh, that's not shaking. Do the
Yeah,
fist
the
pump.
elbow bumps.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that's really cool that you guys have that coming up. And
yeah, yeah,
again, I love the new album. Like, it's hard to pick a favorite. Listening to all the songs, they have like a really nice vibe to them.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thanks, Jen. Thank you. I mean, obviously, it took quite a while to write the album, and you put all your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and when before you release it, you don't know if anyone's gonna like it, and you always get that like nervousness. So getting this sort of feedback is always really nice to hear. So
Reassuring.
yeah,
Yeah,
like going
really
on
cool.
sort of the right path.
Well, thanks again for your time, and hope you enjoyed the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's probably evening there now, but
yeah. So what time is it in Boston?
it's 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, so it's about 6:30 in the evening.
Right.
Time to chill out for a little bit, you know. Maybe play guitar for a bit, and then
Are you
have
watching
a
anything
beer.
on Netflix these days?
I actually starting to watch Breaking Bad for the first time.
Oh, that's a great show. I started it last year, and I was like binge watching it because it was so good.
Yeah, same here. I've just like gone hard on it, sort of like 2 episodes every night kind of thing. But yeah, what a show! Loving it so far, loving it. But I think
Yeah,
I've done on the Game of Thrones and Sons of Anarchy and that sort of thing. Yeah, love it.
yeah. You're gonna love that show.
Yeah.
And there's also a movie that came out as well. So
Oh, yeah, is there?
after you watch the show, you can watch the movie.
It's good to have content lined up.
Exactly.
The finished product.
Well, thanks again. I really appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
And you too. Yeah, thanks for having me. And sorry for saying Canada at the start.
Oh no, it's no problem. So water under the bridge.
Yeah. Absolute pleasure chatting to you, Jen. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
Take care.